The Chinese Burma-India Theater, also known as the CBI, was an effort to prevent Japan from invading India while supplying nationalist Chinese forces in their ongoing fight against Japan. This means that we are giving supplies to China while fighting Japan and Burma to try to open a ground route through the Himalayas to China.
Japan conquered Burma and closed off supply routes to China because Japan was in war with China. The US was sending supplies to China because Japan had closed China's land route for sending and receiving supplies. The US flew over the hump, also known as the Himalayas, to send supplies to China. We could only send supplies by aircraft because the land route was closed. We were giving supplies to China because of the Lend-Lease Act. The Lend-Lease Act was passed by the US to help Allied powers in times of war.
The Flying Tigers were volunteers of the Chinese Air Force, made up of the U.S. Army, Navy, and Marines. They were used to fight Japan in Burma. The group consisted of 3 squadrons, with about 20 planes each. They trained in Burma before the American entrance into World War II, with the mission of defending China against Japan.
These people were part of the force that attacked Japan to try to get Burma, so we could build the Ledo Road. We needed to get the Japanese out to make sure that there was no interference by the Japanese. The unit was famous for its deep
Penetration missions behind Japanese lines, often fighting Japanese forces in superior number. India was in construction. They were building the Ledo Road, which was our route to China to give them supplies they needed. It was a quick way to get supplies safely to China. It was 478 miles long, and it took 2 years and 23 days to build. It was mainly built in Chinese and African Americans. The forces in the CBI managed to liberate Burma and enough supplies going to China to keep them alive and steady in the war. We did this with the help from Chinese Air Force and the US